Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters, Artisan Training as a Business. Now, okay, so, I've talked about vendors markets and how the artisan movement is growing. One thing I haven't seen as much of, and I actually looked it up, and I've seen some stuff about training artisans in other countries, but just training them, and they probably got some stuff here though, but it's not a big thing because let's be real, people want jobs. Indeed, let's be real, why people really go to college, to get jobs. If you are an artisan, you know how to make anything. You know how to make bread from scratch. You know how to make jewelry. It could be anything along those lines. Soaps, shampoos. You can actually create a business training people on how to do it. It's similar, just like cutting hair and everything. In fact, they can have, I think they call it hair art or something like that, where you have some, beauticians, even barbers. Well, barbers been doing it, but where they just really create art. But think about any of that, any trade like that, anything where you building anything. If you are very good at it, not only can you make you some money, like selling your products, you can actually create something to train people. Or you could do it, you could have an apprenticeship, you could have special classes, maybe do workshops depending on what it is, maybe even have a whole certification system and everything. Just to create, training people how to create something like jewelry. You could set up something where you teaching someone, like a group of people, like classes, a whole curriculum, school, on how to create jewelry. Or soaps. I'm always talking about soaps, how to create these things. Think about it, whatever it is, breads, foods, whatever it is that comes under the artisan label, handmade label. You could show people how to create it. Shoot, making bikes. I think I've seen something about making bikes. I have to look that up. But it's still the same thing. Or repairing some things. Just the training, job training. Because, like I said, if you really look at college and what trade schools were, I need to look that up because trade schools aren't as big as they once were. Not as big. I think they still have some, but whatever the case, if you can train somebody on how to build something by hand, how to be an artisan in a particular area, how to make the jewelry, how to make the soap, and whatever else it is, maybe even making t-shirts or something, or how to make oils, how to put oils together, anything of that nature. If you're in a place where you have the skill level, you could probably get started. Now, of course, I don't usually get into the legal aspects of stuff, like the business stuff, because like I said, you halfway can just like plug something in. But I would say, say you're a soap maker, look into what you might have to do legally to train other people to create a school. That's an important thing. What do you have to do legally? Do you have to do anything? Because I'm going to tell you what, there's a lot of stuff out here that doesn't require some government panel or something like that. All you have to do is just pay taxes, But then you also have a situation, I know, of a few people teaching some, I'll just say creative things. They were checking into how to be officially able to certify stuff. I can't speak too much on it because I was like, oh, you want to get that certified? Okay. So I can't tell you the mechanics of it, but I would just say, look through whatever it is in your jurisdiction, maybe talk to a business attorney or a business accountant, whatever, and see. Because you could probably create a school. Think about it. I mean, that could be your business. You might say, you know what? I don't really feel like selling jewelry, but I'll tell other people how to create it, or soaps, or whatever it is. Create a certification for it. You can create something and certify it, because I'm going to tell you what, really, you can certify. There's a lot of stuff. Like, I'm known as a dating coach, even though I've never called myself that. And every now and then I get somebody, well, is he certified? There's no certification for it, no laws. You don't have to have a license. But if I liked it, and I've done this before, I've actually trained somebody in my particular philosophy where they could go out. I certified. But you know, I ain't had to worry about the government or anything like that. You could probably do that with whatever you're doing. Because think about it. You making money. That's actually a great way to make money. Let's look at it always. Okay, say you make some. We'll start with soaps. You know, I love the soaps. You can say, okay, you can go to the artisan markets, vendors markets, maybe depending on how much you make it, or maybe get a storefront. Okay, that's one thing. But you say, okay, I want to take it even further. Okay, 2 or 3 storefronts. But I'll train some people how to make their own soaps. Think about it. And that's steady money. And then that's actually something good for the community because you're empowering people economically. I want you to think about it. You're empowering people, and then you're actually touching a lot of businesses because you still got to get the materials and everything for it. I talked about that last week. You know, you supplying some of these businesses, DIY businesses, and I can say artisan businesses as well. But here's the key to it all. It's the training. And you can figure it out. Shoot. In fact, that might be all, like I said, that might be all you want to do. Just train people. You know, and especially, and I talked in the last episode about how the artisan movement is growing, and part of it's growing because so many people want these products. Remember, any economy comes down to supply and demand. It sounds very basic, but people want something you created, whether a service or a product, and they'll pay you for it. And that's why there's a lot of stuff happening now, a lot of businesses going out, people don't want their particular products. And it's always been that way, but something new always comes up anyway, but still. That's how you make money. People gotta want what you're selling. Very important, very, very important. And it's something to think about, Like, really pay attention to this whole artisan thing. Just pay attention, do your own research. Particularly if there's an area like you feel like you would be good in. Do your own research. And I don't know what that is, because, you know, I always use the example of jewelry and soap, but technically I'm not an artisan. So I don't know what all is there. And I'm not going to know everything, but it just in general is a growing movement. It's something that you could probably make money in so many ways. Now, even just in training, now I talked about this before, you might be the person that can set up an event space. So different artisans can sell their wares. You're good at like organizing. There's something there. All right. So anyway, that's all. That's it for now. Y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.